Decision-making and problem-solving. The Decision Aid model. All leaders have situations where they need to make complex decisions, and very often they need to bring a group of people together and discuss and discuss again, because otherwise a decision will not be accepted by the majority. Leaders and managers need to facilitate problem-solving processes. The Decision Aid model helps run an 8-step communication process which confronts people with the status quo and gets good understanding of that, and then moves people towards future vision. Phase 1. Understanding the problem. The purpose of Phase 1 is to get a clear consensus as to what the problem is and everyone's agreement that it needs to be solved. Phase 1 is about gaining support and making an agreement between the stakeholders to work at solving the problem. Phase 2. Data collection. What are the facts? Here we get a complete picture of the situation and problem. Get every stakeholder to describe the situation from their perspective. Differences of opinion and different perspectives must not be censored or criticized at this stage. Questions and different viewpoints are the focus of this phase. Phase 3. Hypothesis building. The hypothesis stage is important because it's going to give us the opportunity to put difficult topics on the table without people feeling threatened. So we ask, why does this problem exist? Could it be this? Could it be that? Phase 3 is essentially about allowing the stakeholder to explore the detail and think about alternatives and what-if scenarios. It is also the stage where the problem is really understood in all of its facets. Phase 3. Diagnose. The problem should now be clearly visible to all concerned. The stakeholders see the larger picture, the implication and consequences, and also the detail. Moving into the stage of the future, we look at stage 5, defining the goals. Having agreed that the future vision is something we want to go to, we can start setting up goals to describe that future and what are the success areas. The goals should be measurable. You need ways of measuring the progress, so you need to have milestones. Where do we want to go, and with which level of quality do we want to get there? These are the key questions that drive this phase, and they must be answered before we go into developing a solution, as every assumption, evaluation, and idea must be weighed against these targets from now on. Phase 6. Develop alternatives. Here we want to try and unleash the creative forces of the group. For this, we need a positive atmosphere, patience and acceptance of different people, styles, and ideas. Pressure and competition do not usually help here. If alternatives are suggested and found to be good, they should be developed further in order to create real alternatives. Phase 7. Evaluate the solution. The solution is now evaluated against the criteria and goals set out in Phase 5. Empathy is required here. Phase 5 is about discussing individual interests, balancing the benefits against the investment, and understanding the consequences to the organization and the individual. Phase 8. Taking responsibility. This is the most important stage. Many times the final decision is made and then nothing happens. Responsibility needs to be taken with will to achieve and succeed. If one person takes or is given responsibility, then they also take the risk, the uncertainty, and all that goes with it. The final phase needs time, and above all, concentrated leadership in the form of support, coaching, resource availability, and time. The Decision Aid model can be used in many ways. For a simple decision with 3 or 4 people, you can use it to go through a structured process so that you're better geared to solve other problems in the future. The Decision Aid can be used as a brainstorming technique in one meeting, and it's a good tool to solve big, complicated problems that impact a number of departments.